goodness me. I've made a bit of a schoolboy error. Hi everyone and welcome to the latest video, and we're going to be working on this solid oak chair. I'm doing this for a friend of mine. I used to work with him some time ago and I've also done a couple of pieces for him in the past. There's a little bit of a story to this chair which I'll share in a second. I'm going to be doing a complete restoration of it. The joints are pretty much all loose, the upholstery is in poor condition and it's full of scratches, dings, and it's in a bit of a sorry state. It's just had a lot of use, as it's probably about from the 1950s, this chair. Anyway, I'll show you around it in a second, but as always, sit back, relax and enjoy, and thanks for watching. Quite obviously the upholstery needs some attention. It's not just ripped at the edges there, it's actually in really brittle condition. The underside's also split. That's seen better days, so we need to do something with that. The arms are loose. I don't know whether you can hear this. Yeah. All the vinyl has totally gone, it's brittle and it's just cracking. Here's an example of one of the joints. And they're pretty much all like that. Well, maybe not all of them, but most. And this is the interesting thing about this chair. I don't know whether you can make this out. That stamp, and it's actually burnt on, is a crown. Now this doesn't mean it was in a royal household or anything like that in Britain. What this means is it was earmarked for government use, and this chair is from the Royal Air Force Cadets locally to me, and my friend has spent most of his life doing stuff for the Royal Air Force Cadets. So this is yet again another one of those. So it's probably about, like I say, about 1950s, but they were stamped in this way for use in government buildings and sort of Ministry of Defence use. So that's what that is. I think that's an A, but I'm not too sure what that indicates. You can see the state of the finish and the damage to the wood. I mean, this is pretty much all over the piece. So this has had plenty of use in its lifetime. And needs my attention. Okay, so that's the chair. It isn't in the best of condition. It needs quite a bit of work. I don't really like doing chairs because they take so long and you can only charge so much for a chair. I'm only really doing this because Ian's a friend of mine and I know he really loved the other chairs that I did for him. So hopefully it makes an interesting video for you and we'll just crack on. Wow, these are a pain. I hate taking tacks out of upholstery, these old tacks, because they just rust in. Right, all the tacks are out now. Let's take this off. And I've actually found something interesting out here that I'll show you in a second, but to take this off. That's seen better days. Right, I'll show you this. I'm hoping you can see this. I might have to just clean it up a little bit, but I'll do that in a sec. It actually says Wilkinson's, and in brackets, BFD Limited, and a date of 1951. Get this off. Right, there we go. Let's take them nails out now. Oh goodness me, these are tough. it's the rusty ones. Just do not want to come out. Oh, there we go. Just need to make sure I get these up, don't want Daisy standing on. Next thing we need to do is get this upholstered section off, and these are normally hooked on with dowels at the top and then screwed in at the bottom, and you can see these little plugs. The likelihood is there's screws behind them, so I need to get rid of these plugs. We've got through to the screw, I'll show you. Hopefully you can see that. You can see the top of the screw head. Right, I just need to do the same again and remove all of this upholstery. But I won't bore you with that because you've just seen me do that, so I'll be back to you in a sec. Right, after a long time and a lot of tacks, all the upholstery's off it now, so I can move on to the chair. That was good, just broke my screwdriver. If you're watching Ian, I'm billing you for a new screwdriver. Right, all the screws are out of these braces now. This one's actually fallen off. The glue's totally dried out, you can see there. So I'm just going to mark these up so I put them in the right place. I say I'm going to number them, or mark them up. Somebody's already done that kindly. Number 3. Number 3. Right, these arms are loose. You can see there. These are screwed in, but they're covered up with some caps, so I need to get rid of them, and there's one there as well. Again, another reason I hate working on chairs. I've not even started yet, I'm just taking it to pieces and I've been at it for hours. I'm hoping that's not nailed into that because that's loose, but we'll see. Right, let's see if these come off. I can't see any nails in them, so hopefully they do. Whoops, I need a bigger bench. Right, I've got it disassembled as much as I can. I've just had to have a little break in filming because I had the doors open in the workshop and a fledgling pigeon has just flown into my workshop, so I've had to wait half an hour and try and coax it out with seed because it kept flapping about and banging itself against the windows. So anyway, I've freed the pigeon so we can carry on. Whilst I was waiting patiently for the pigeon to vacate the workshop, I thought it'd be a great time to have a brew and have a read through some of my favourite magazines. I use Readly to access all my favourite magazines and newspapers. Readly is a little bit like Netflix, but for reading. So your Readly subscription allows you to access thousands of different magazines, newspapers, all in one place across all of your devices. As you can probably guess, I love reading through woodworking magazines to learn about new tools and techniques, and I also love looking through the latest interior design and home magazines, especially where vintage furniture is used as a signature piece in there. My other passion, which you may not know about, is cars and motorbikes. I'm obsessed with them, and on Readly the choice of what to read is pretty much endless. In fact, whatever your interests or hobbies are, you will definitely find something here for you. Readly has also got some great functions as well. If you don't have access to the internet, then that's no problem. You can just download the magazine or newspaper to your device and read it offline. With your own Readly account, you can also have others use it. They can set up their own profiles too, and they can add their favourites. Emma especially loves this feature, so she can catch up on all the latest celebrity gossip, fashion and beauty tips, the latest air fryer recipes. She's currently obsessed with the new air fryer we've just bought without having to scroll through my woodworking, motoring and gadget magazines. Another simple but brilliant feature of Readly is that you can not only add your favourites, but you can actually bookmark specific articles, recipes, destinations and much more. So Emma loves this feature as well because it's helping her to build up her air fryer recipe collection. But I think my favourite feature of Readly is that not only can you read the latest edition of your magazine or newspaper, you can actually go back and read older copies, which I think is a little bit like finding my channel as a new viewer. You love it so much that you go back and you binge watch all my older videos. Hint, hint. Anyway, the exciting news is that you don't have to take my word for how great Readly is. When you click on my link in the description and at the top comment of this video, you get 2 months access for free and you can cancel at any time, no strings attached. It's not often you get something for nothing these days, so just click on the link in the description and I promise you won't be disappointed. Anyway, back to work. There is one slight issue and I'll show you. This joint wasn't that loose, this joint was, so I had to remove this brace. Unfortunately, as I was taking this joint out, this one snaps off and it's snapped inside the pieces. So I've got a solution to that, no problem, but we can sort that out later. Right, I normally scrape and strip pieces, but these are absolutely full of scratches, so they're going to need a significant amount of sanding. I'm going to see if I can get the finish off with sanding it first. If not, then I'll have to go in with the scraper. She's not particularly happy because it's raining. She's had to walk out in the rain. As you all know, she's a bit of a diva. Aren't you? Hey? Bit of a diva. You're so nosy. There's nothing up there for. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's so dramatic. Look, this is... Oh, very cheeky. This is the British summertime at the moment. It's been great though, the weather. Too hot. But this is today. Not happy. I know, it's wet, isn't it? Come to cork. Come on then. Come on. He stood in the cupboard there. Let me get you one. Let me get one. Come here. Right, let's do this trick again for everyone. Ready, steady, go. Good girl. You have your cork. She's a good one. I'm using 120 grit, but it probably would be better with 80 just to get the finish off, but I've just checked and I've not got any in stock. I thought I had some. It's bringing the finish off okay, but you can see the amount of scratches. It's taken a lot out, just that one quick sand, but obviously they're never going to come out with sanding, so we'll have to do something with them. These other ones, they're not too bad, so sure we can sand those out or do something a little bit different. But let's get all the finish off first. You can see the state of the finish there and all the dings and everything. These are interesting. I think they're just tapered legs at the bottom, or rebaited legs, whatever you want to call them. I was wondering whether they used to have a brass cap at some point, but maybe it's just the style. But yeah, these are in a bit of a sorry state. Looking better already, that. These are the arms, and these have had a bit of life in them. You can see there's a lot of cuts and dings. There's a big hole in that. The side bit's not as bad, it's just the finish really that's terrible. I'm going to have to fill that with something. This edge has got a lot of dints in it. I guess it's where people have been banging things against it, or it could be rings, but it's probably people banging stuff against it over the years. It has got quite a lot of dints in it there. Now I could cut a big section out and let in a new piece of oak and shape it all to match, but you will see obviously the patch, or what I can do is try and blend it a little bit. It'll take a little bit of material away, but I think the two options, it'll be less noticeable if I just try and blend that away. And any of the big ones, we can look at filling that somehow, whether that's with wax or a filler or something. I think that was the right option, doesn't look too bad at all, that. Similar on that side, there's still a couple little marks in it, but we'll have to deal with them in a different way. So I've sanded all them, but what I need to do is remove this old glue. There's quite a lot of this old glue. Now I don't want to sand away at it, because I don't want to remove material in these cut joints, because it'll make the joints loose. Normally what I'd do is I'd scrape it and chisel it, so I'm going to try this white vinegar trick and see if this works. Apparently it dissolves hide glue. Right, I'll just leave that for a few seconds and then see how we get on. I've left it. Ideally I didn't want it to soak in the vinegar, but I'm not too worried about that because I'm going to do another process where I wet it anyway, so no big deal. It smells like I'm eating fish and chips. Right. It's definitely softening. It's definitely softening. I can't say it. It's definitely softening it up. But it's taking a little bit of a while. Right, I think it's working, so I'll do the rest of them. I'll leave it a bit longer. I'll just do the same on every one, and then hopefully it's easier to clean up. Okay, I just want to give these a coat of oxalic acid. I've still got a little bit to do on the other parts. So I'm using my go-to, which is the Gilboys oxalic acid granules. Discount link in the description. I'm hoping this will remove some of the dark stains that are dotted around. Okay, leave that to do its thing. While the oxalic acid's doing its thing, I'm just going to work on these now. Now this back section, all the joints are really solid, so there's no point in me taking this apart because I'd probably end up doing more damage. This is also the same. The joints there are really good, and they're the only two remaining joints, and I do need to fix that, but I'll get rid of all the finish off this and then I'll come back to you. Right, everything's sanded there now, all the finish is off pretty much. I just need to do the first step of this repair where I broke this joint. So that's broke there, and it should have gone into that, which has broken off. So the first thing I need to do is just flatten these off. So I can do that quite easily with some sandpaper. Okay, obviously that's just the first step of what I need to do, but while I've got the sander out, I might as well do that. I'll finish the repair later. I'm just going to put some oxalic acid on this now. Right, got a few little repairs to do. There's a hole in that arm. This has got a little bit of a ding. I have sort of got rid of a lot of them by sort of rounding over the edges, but this is a bit deeper. And then there's this. Now it looks like it's been, somebody's purposely done that. And then I need to sort this joint out again. Right, onward. Right, I'm going to tackle the arms first, these holes. So I just need to cut a couple of plugs out of a piece of oak. So this is a little plug cutter. It's not very good, this. Look at this. Look at this, just burning it. Just let that dry and then we'll trim it off and do the same with the other one. Right, I've had a change of mind. I'm going to try and fill this and then see how it looks, rather than going drastic and cutting a chunk out and then putting a chunk of oak in. I'm going to see how it looks when I fill it. That's what I'm going to do. Worst case is, if I need to put some wood in later, I'll have to do that. Okay, leave that to dry. Okay, it's time to fix this joint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a dowel. So I just need to drill a hole in there and then drill a hole in that and match the two up. Just need to make that slightly wider. Okay. Good. Just need to fine tune that a bit. It's leaning a bit forward, so, but pretty much there, happy with that. Right, all the repairs are done now. I just need to go over everything with 240 grit sandpaper. I'll not bore you with all the sanding. The reason I'm doing this before I put the chair together, it's just easier to get the sander into all the bits because I've got the chair in pieces anyway. I'll still have to do a few touch-up sands, but I might as well do it while everything's off. So that's what I'll do now, but I'll be back to you in about an hour, but for you about 2 seconds. Right, that took some time, but everything's sanded up to 240 grit now. It's lovely and smooth. The next bit is something else I don't like doing with chairs, and that's gluing them up. I'm just so messy at doing it. It's always a bit of a chore, but before we do that, I'm just going to do a dry fit and make sure everything's in the right place. None of the dowels are missing or anything. There's a peg missing there already. But, okay, just need to cut a peg for that. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Right, just need to wipe up any spills and clamp it all up. Right, should be nice and dry this. Right, I'm going to stain the piece because there's quite a lot of marks that the oxalic acid didn't get out. So I'm going to use this Jacobean, which is a darker stain. I just think it's going to go better with the new upholstery material I've got. I've made a bit of a schoolboy error. I've stained the whole thing now, let it dry overnight, and I've come in to do it today. And I thought, oh, something I haven't done. I've not plugged these holes with some oak plugs, which obviously I don't want to do after the finish is on because I'm going to have to trim them down and everything. And I shouldn't have done it really before I put the stain on. I should have done it, should I say, before I put the stain on. So, bit of a schoolboy error, but we'll just have to sort that out now. These holes need filling. Oh dear. Okay. I'm going to leave that to dry now, and then I'm going to have to sand this again, restain it. My mistake, never mind. This is why I should have done it before I stained. Okay, so I've restained all that now. All that's done. I've obviously got the upholstery to do, but before I do that I'm going to do the top coat. I can leave that to dry while I get on with the rest. So I'm going to use my favourite Gilboy's hard wax oil. If you want to try this, I'll leave a discount link in the description of this video. Okay, the chair's had one coat of the hard wax oil now and it's completely dry. I'm going to give it a little bit of something extra, but before we do that, I'm going to get on with the upholstery. So that's the next step. It's time to start the upholstery. It had this on, which I think somebody's put on in the past, and it's broken. What this original will have had is webbing. So I think we'll go back to original and we'll put some webbing on it. This is my homemade webbing stretcher. Okay, there's one. Right, that's the seat pad done. The back panel as well had a little piece on like that, so I'll just get rid of that one. We'll use this, it's slightly thinner so it might be better. Right, that was easy enough. Can I just point out that I'm not an upholsterer, so if there is any out there watching, I apologise. I'm probably doing this all wrong, but... Okay. Right, that's not too bad. Please don't judge me. Right, I've done horsehair filling and stuff before on sort of older chairs. It's a pain in the backside, and this is just far more hard wearing. I know I'll get some comments saying it isn't, but this is what I'm using. Right, so the foam's on. The only slight issue with this, I'm just trying to think whether to put a little bit of a dome on it. So I've got this. This is another reason chairs aren't cost effective. You use so much stuff if they're upholstered. Right, I might just use a portion of that in the centre. This is what I have to put up with. I've just given her a cork. Oh, that's a big stretch. Yeah. I can't play because I'm busy. Oh dear. I can't play, can I? Hey, you've got something on your face there. Oh dear. Oh, never mind. I'll send you in. Okay, 2 minutes. Right, so this is the material I'm using, this ox blood vinyl. After a lot of hard work, I've managed to get it on. I just need to do a couple of the finishing bits and then try and get these corners done. But we're pretty much there now. Right, I've finally finished it. The corners for me are a nightmare. Well, it looks okay. I just need to put that in the chair. Just need to start this now, but I'm going to do this off camera and then we can then crack on with the rest of it.
2,000 years later.
Right, this is going to be covered up by the seat frame and underneath. This has taken me 2 hours because I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't work it out because the sides need to be really flat because it goes in between the frame, and the bottom needs to be really flat so it sits flush. What a pain in the bum. Hats off to upholsterers. Okay, so we're just adding some beeswax as a final finish, and that's pretty much it for this video. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone that's watched, and especially to all those that support the channel through the Buy Me a Coffee and the Super Thanks button. I really appreciate your generosity and your support. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button for future videos like this. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one.